everybody, welcome to BuckLyfe.
Hey.
I'm Steven.
I'm Nate.
And welcome back to Call of Cthulhu, Chapter 6.
Alright.
We just woke up from the asylum. It was apparently all a nightmare.
No.
I don't know.
Because we got rescued.
Right.
See? There's the biddy. I really don't have anything to say about this.
You already did.
I did?
The first time we walked through.
Okay. Is this the first time it's been daylight in this game?
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
You don't get to tell me no. I am the guider of your destiny. I'm the decider of your fate. I'm the player of
You're
this
awake,
video
Mr.
game.
Pierce. How do you feel?
Like hell.
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
This day, you've been asleep for a
How's
week.
our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance
Why are we not
from
looking
force,
at
but
him?
that'll come soon.
I don't know.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Ask for explanations.
What
How did we
happened?
end up in the asylum? Why did he...
How are you alive? Can we not select that? Why can't we? Try selecting it.
We don't have enough.
Don't whine about.
Seems you two know each other pretty well.
It's a tiny island,
It was hold
Everyone
to
knows
test
everyone.
psychology.
Oh.
especially since I'm a police officer and Marie's a doctor.
The chemistry is obvious.
I
Ooh.
do seem a little bit stupid, don't I? Anyway,
She's like, yeah.
let's get back to the business at hand.
You did see Charles was alive. Do that.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
What?
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
I do
That's
now.
possible.
I don't think so.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
You were there. What's the...
You're.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
What?
God, you
The
are
night
stupid.
we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
The chemistry we
No
have.
memory of going down
The
any
kiss.
tunnel. No, we were in the manor then.
You went down my tunnel
Then
a couple
what?
times.
Oh, boy.
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
That's because you were killed.
then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel.
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Not in front of Marie, dude.
I found a Darkwater PD badge. Lost a colleague recently?
What the?
Bradley.
Ethan?
I'm all right. I just had a... It's gone.
You're sure?
If it's important, it'll come back.
He almost
But I
remembered,
can't
I
explain
guess.
why Dr.
Almost
Fuller would
remembered.
have that badge.
The man's a danger, believe me.
What can we do, Pierce?
Back it up. Yes. That one.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family
She
before
talks
he
with her
died and
hands.
his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Yeah, and not well.
Two families inextricably linked.
Yes,
Most
that's what
other
I would
families
think.
are that
Yes.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful
Seaman.
family.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
Some
He wouldn't be
crazed
happy if he
emperor.
knew we were snooping around.
Smooth as a
I know
puppet.
the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense.
I can't look at her
Powerful
with her
family
hands.
like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
What's wrong with her
Everyone
finger?
knows the Fullers
Well,
have been taking care of
I
the
mean,
Hawkins
it's
for
like
at least a
Her
generation.
hands are
And all
like
were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
fusing into her dress.
Perhaps,
Yeah.
but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
I found this at the Hawkins house. The doses seem insane.
Barbiturates. But these doses...
What do you mean?
They're insane.
Half the island is under treatment. What is prescribed here, however, is enough to knock out an ox.
Fuller wrote this prescription to
It's a
fool
no.
everyone to
She
believe
would have said that. Like that's the way this dialogue is
Perhaps her
going.
husband wrote it.
Perhaps
Insane.
Charles and Dr. Fuller were in league.
A conspiracy. How dreadful.
I saw dead bodies.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes, I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was
Don't get all
more
bitchy and wild with me.
torture.
I'm just trying to understand.
Do
Calm
you
your
even hear
titties.
what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
I
It's
just
the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
What?
I might be onto a lead.
I met a Francis Sanders.
Yeah.
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
And that doesn't strike you as odd?
Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What?
That's his
How
sex
did he die?
dungeon.
I'm not sure I can explain it.
It had to do with the
Tell me
basement.
how Mr. Sanders died.
Fine. He called him the
I
Shambler.
didn't see what, but something was there with us.
I felt it.
What do you speak?
It touched me.
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Why is our breathing getting...
Sarah Hawkins. Have I missed something here?
What have we been talking about this whole time?
Seriously, he is-
Sarah
See how it
Hawkins.
helps
Sarah
Dr.
Hawkins.
You really think she's involved?
This is
How
so
could she have murdered
stupid.
Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before
It's
dying.
like we're reading this out of order.
I know, it's killing me.
You know, Francis.
It's like we didn't just have that
Sanders is
whole
well-known
conversation. That all that was just
I
like
guess you can
blah
still
blah
pay a
blah blah
visit to
blah.
his wife,
Yeah.
Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
We didn't even say the word
If you plan on
Shambler.
having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't
No.
agree. She deserves the truth.
She
But
does
that
deserve
truth
the
may
truth.
be biased.
What?
We don't know the bottom of it.
He's dead. Truth.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
Yeah, I don't
The
like
truth.
this.
But it
This
could drive her
Marie
mad.
Colton's a dumb.
Better
This will
madness.
affect your destiny.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Don't end up at 6 feet under.
Yeah, don't die and then not
Asshole.
remember what the fuck happened.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
I don't want Susie
want you to be
Buzzkill to
anywhere.
be here. I don't even want
The other
him.
night's events are still confused in my head.
I can't look at you and Marie in the same room. I just don't make me choose.
Fuck both of you. Let me do this on my own.
Wait, go upstairs.
I think it's the same.
You think?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll let you go explore her study. We go upstairs. Chapter 6. Sanders 6.5.
Pierce
Sanders-
Colton and Brandley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins
Okay,
case.
right. Pierce had no say
No.
whether or not we
Colton
teamed
and
up
Bradley decided to team up with
to
us.
force themselves upon
They have a
our
new trail to
investigation.
follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes into his house in order to speak to his widow about the Shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died.
Because if you talk about the truth, she might be like, he was talking about the fucking Shambler.
What can I do for you, sir?
Your
Oh,
boyfriend's dead.
I'm a
husband.
private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may.
That was like the standard teacher response.
However,
Yeah.
Can I come in?
further, please
You
know
may
that my
come in.
husband
Yeah.
died
I don't know. Can you?
That is precisely what brings me here.
Oh,
She already knew?
It's who's
Oh.
here.
it's Sex Kitten.
What's up? Damn, there's something I like about the bitchy wild eyes.
You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters.
Did
The
you hit
main
us with
thing
an
is that
iron?
we
or
understood
something?
Yeah.
one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into
Oh, that's
my
right. We've been like
business.
honest and on the up
I
and up this
bump
whole
into
time.
her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island.
Bitch.
It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death.
That's a pegging reference.
Why?
Oh, gross.
Who
She was
you?
bumping into us.
I spoke to Francis before he died.
I think it just happened to work
His story
out that way.
suggests a link.
I don't think this game has pegging undertones.
You
Since
don't
this
think?
business has got
Don't-
nothing to do
if you're
with
under the
me,
age of 18, don't
I'll
Google
be in your
pegging.
husband's office.
You shouldn't even said that.
We'll carry on
Google
later.
pegging.
You shouldn't even.
While you're at it, look at the Alabama Hot Pockets.
Oh my God, please
This way,
stop.
Mr.
Stop.
Pierce.
Stop.
And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Seems like you got more to tell me.
Is that a.
Who's the shitty painter?
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Right before he died.
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about
Look at her
Sarah.
eyes. She looks like she's leaning back in her chair like.
Of course he spoke to you about her.
Oh,
That's all we talked about.
Oh, God.
Sarah Hawkins and her paintings.
I sense a bit of jealousy.
Please forgive my tone. The fact is
His
that I have
hands.
not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
We tell her every detail.
He died screaming right before my eyes.
He started raving, screaming that a dimensional Shambler had found him.
Mercy, that story again. Why have him interned?
That was when he began to convulse and twist with pain.
Oh,
Or
God.
terror. It's hard to tell.
Jesus, weird.
I beg your pardon?
What are these
I'm
camera
not
angles?
really sure
I don't
what I
know.
said,
Where are we
or
going?
what I didn't say.
Do we have any control?
But it's
No.
best that you weren't.
I can just
Slight.
shake.
I should have
or
been
nod.
there. What you're telling me is outrageous. I need to understand. How could this happen?
What?
In a reputed institute.
I don't understand
And
a
right
lot of
before
what's
your
going on right
eyes.
now.
Did you not do anything to help him?
Bitch!
It wasn't me who sent him there.
Ooh,
That's your eloquence.
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective.
Oh, she don't believe
Not
us.
everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
Or
I
she,
suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
is she
Luck
like,
is obviously very kind
oh,
to
she
you.
was okay with it. I don't think she was
she
being
don't.
bitchy.
Mr. Pierce,
She's being
I
sarcastic.
would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Then get the fuck out.
Did he speak to you?
She already said that story again.
But she didn't go
Did
into
your
depth.
husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A Shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
She got one
Who
like,
else
twitchy
to
eye.
paint such horrors?
Her right eye's like,
Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it,
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
not to do a rapid subject change, but why is Kat here?
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear madam, I acknowledge.
I hope you don't mind while I rifle through here.
Receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you at the moment of his interment. You signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit.
Jesus
I extend my
Christ.
deepest condolences to you. Wow.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Wow. Did you see that thing?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Why can I reconstruct stuff?
Excuse me while I have a brain blast.
Excuse me while I have an accident in my pantaloon.
A house of artists.
Okay. A house of tea drinkers.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
How does a cup tell you that?
What a weird connection to draw.
How the fuck does a cup tell you that?
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally.
Do you think the Shambler was
Sarah
that
Hawkins
free
fear so much
painting
she didn't want
that
to sell the painting?
that she gave it to him for free? Remember? She in her studio.
He
She had
finally
that.
won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
Let me look at this woman that I made a picture of in my head.
She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel?
Hot and bothered.
Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
What a weird assumption. Let's examine this occultism painting that we made with our own brain.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
What a great thumbnail.
She's like, "Are you okay?
Are you going to clean the semen off of my things?
You've been wandering around muttering." I'm gonna take a look at your shit before I go to where I said I would.
This door's locked. If only my lock picking was higher, I could pick the lock of this woman's home. This one also.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
I'll be taking this.
Oh, this was your husband's last words he said as a sane man? They're mine.
Only thing you have to remember your loving husband? Evidence.
I'll take that.
Dissertation on the anatomical question.
We're getting a lot of medicine points. Oh, what up, bitch?
Oh,
Is this an occulty book?
read the book!
Yeah, I'm gonna read the fucking book.
It's an encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist.
This will
is
affect
that
your
symbol?
destiny.
It was a symbol.
Yeah, it said this will affect your destiny. Where's my diary?
Go to Pierce. Sanity. I think that's where events like this happen. Yeah. Read an ancient
Treatise.
the Malus Bistarum.
Yeah, the bestiary makes an inventory of numerous creatures from the occult world of parallel dimensions. The very nature of its knowledge makes it an unholy book. By reading it, Pierce lost some of his sanity.
Ooh.
Wow, we've done our best to hit every point. Oh my god, Siri.
Yeah, we're kind of really hitting that mental trauma. We're shaking right now.
Yeah.
Oh, see, it like goes down the...
Do we have stuff that we can take?
No.
Alright, we've got some points.
Is that just permanent damage to our...
Yeah, to our mental state. Okay. We have 7 points.
Yo. Maxed it out.
You want to do that?
An undiscovered... Wait, what was that? An undiscovered item will not appear in-game. Cool. Okay, that's maxed out. It's done.
Yeah.
Eloquence. Investigation.
Okay.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others.
Jesus.
What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Nudes.
Love. I'm not here to create
I'm not here
problems.
to cause trouble, if that's what's worrying you.
Worry me. Don't overestimate yourself.
Bitch.
If the last beating wasn't enough for you,
I love it when you
I
play
can
hard to
always give it
get.
another go.
You're a
But as long
lady.
as you keep out of
I'm
my
a
way,
man.
you're free to carry on with your visit.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
Counter-interrogation.
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
I intend to
Why
pee on
you?
them.
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater.
Ow, ow, ow.
It needs someone with a network
Hurts.
and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me.
Who is
And I'm
Fitzroy
far more
again?
pleasant.
Captain Fitzroy,
Wouldn't you
the guy
say?
that we talked to at first.
Got
Ooh,
it.
thank you for moving.
Strength. It's busted the lock.
How else are we gonna get in there?
An old diary.
Is that a key? Why don't you
No.
spend some time on Reverend Wayrick?
Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe.
By God.
Bye, George. Give me
Strange.
this. Dear
For
Francis, I
months,
beg you give up all
Sarah
hope of ever
Hawkins
owning this
refused
accursed
to part
painting.
with her painting.
If our friendship has any
Finally
meaning
give
to
it
you,
away
please
for
spare me
nothing.
the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler.
I could use one of those.
Okay.
Wait, talk to her again. She's got some more shit to say?
After I look at this feather.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
I will take that.
Not
Amerindian?
now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
I feel like if we do spot hidden investigation, we can find everything and go anywhere. So,
Yeah.
dang.
That's gnarly.
Whoa.
Ooh. Creepy.
Give me a good shot of that. Danke.
That's a good one.
That's good. That's good. That's the same painting that was in the Hawkins library.
Oh yeah.
I peed in my hands.
That's the Shambler, isn't
No,
it?
it's a painting. The Shambler is like on display in the center, up there. But look at everything. Look at everything else first. Dude, he had some messed up paintings.
She.
The public entrance to the gallery.
It was
Sarah. Oh, Sarah painted all of these though.
yes, but it was Francis's. Yeah, these are pretty cool actually. I feel like I'm at a museum, a real fucked up museum.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
They're ritual weapons. Wow. Ooh.
Oh, I refilled my oil.
Hidey hole?
Why would I have to hide in here?
This is just a lion.
With tentacles as a
Oh,
beard.
oh. Alright, check the other half of this room first.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
That's pretty sweet. I'll do that someday.
Jeez, these are fucked.
Wait, did that thing have a willy? Go back. Not that thing. The little boy.
What?
Did this guy have a willy? Something. I don't know what it was. What is he doing?
He's fighting
Breaking
a
the neck of a swan or something?
goose, it looks like.
Did she not have any, like... Ooh, that one's glowing?
More oil.
Okay. Our last bits of artwork, and time to look at the Shambler.
I'm just a poor boy, though my story's seldom told.
What the hell was that?
Okay.
See you
was
next
not
time.
expecting that. Excellent twist.
That was cool.
Now it's ramping up. All right. Bye, guys.
Not bad.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.